What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Week 7 already, man. Week 7 NFL DFS breakdown. I'm Mike Murray. Welcome to my channel. If you like the content, please subscribe, leave a comment, like the video. Would really appreciate it. Like we talked about, guys, a breakdown video a little late this week, but um, went over a lot of the stuff we were on the review video. Some things have changed, so we're going to talk about that. There's just kind of talking about the overall feel of the slate here. Feels like more of a GPP week where you're going to want to make multiple teams. Doesn't really feel like a week where it feels like a week where you're going to want to differentiate at some key places. There's a couple spots here that are a little bit tough to read. We're going to get into that. I don't like I always say, guys, I don't like giving guys like a broad player pool out to make it as specific as possible. But just a couple spots here, guys. It's just not much we can do. It's kind of, we're going to just have to do the best we can. And, what else what did I want to talk about here? Plug that in. All right, so, guys, listen, we had a good week last week. We want to carry that momentum into this week. So we're gonna, I have some angles this week that I like, and I'm sorry for being a little discombobulated. I was a little busy today. Apologize, guys, but we're gonna get right into the breakdown. So starting off with the first game. The first game is wrong item. Jesus, so many windows opened up. Where is it? Hold on, guys. I apologize. I have so many windows opened up on my computer. LA at the Rams. LA Rams at the Falcons. Guys, this is a game that everybody's going to be on. Everybody's stacking this game. Everyone knows this game's going to go over. I think this game's going to go over. Guys, some news. We got to keep an eye on the health of Gurley and Malcolm Brown. It looks like Gurley's going to play. Malcolm Brown did miss a day of practice this week. I don't know what he did today. But if there's any type of indication, man, that Darrell Henderson's going to see an increased role here, he could be an interesting dart throw in tournaments. Listen, do I think he's going to break the slate? No, I don't, man. But what I think, if Brown for some reason was out, or guys, Gurley's pretty much done as a workhorse. You know what I mean? Gurley's done as a workhorse. The thing about Henderson, man, is if he ever got like a 40% snap share on this offense. I love his talent. He's a guy that I was heavily on this year and season long. Love his talent. Explosive player with the football in his hand. Great pass catcher. What I think he could do in this matchup, if he gets playing time, and it's if Malcolm Brown is out, you're going to need an injury to one of the two. I think he can get like 14, 15 points and let you get up to some, higher priced plays in other places. But listen, guys, that's if there's an injury. Okay, so let's say there's not an injury and all the running backs are active, wouldn't play him. What I do like in this game is the passing game on the Rams. Okay, and the guys that I like the most, obviously you got to like Goff. Okay, I like Gerald Everett. I like Brandon Cooks. I do like Cooper Kupp, but Cooper Kupp looks like he's going to be north of 20% ownership. Listen, it's a good matchup. I'm not going to tell you not to play Kupp. Kupp's a beast, okay? But, there's a lot of plays I like this week that are kind of expensive. So, what I kind of like doing here is differentiating, going Gerald Everett as my tight end and maybe double stacking with Cooks, or just going Gerald Everett and just leaving this game alone, which will be very unique because a lot of people aren't going to do that. But I think Everett's in play here. I'm not going to tell you not to play Kupp. Is Kupp a guy I'm on my teams right now? No, he's not. I have 4 teams right now. That could change come Sunday because I do like the Rams passing attack here. Cooks, I like Cooks too. It looks like he's getting a little popular though, so it does give me a little bit of pause with playing him. His price is tantalizing at $5,400 inside a dome, so keep that in mind. But like we talked about before, guys, where you beat the Falcons is over the middle and in the flats. But the running backs, you need the trailing team really to be. You need the team you're playing against Atlanta to kind of be trailing late in the game, and they kind of just dump the ball down to the pass-catching running back. And that's how a lot of those pass-catching running backs prototypically smash against Atlanta. So, We've talked about this game, guys, on my Saturday breakdown. Like I always say, guys, I do a Saturday breakdown where I try to specify what I'm finally on. It doesn't mean you have to follow it, just what I'm going to play. But I'll probably specify some angles more specifically there. But yeah, the Rams passing attack is very much a play. On the other side, we got to see if Jalen Ramsey's going to play. If Jalen Ramsey plays, I like Calvin Ridley in this spot. And that's it for the Falcons. I'm not playing Matt Ryan. He's going to be mega chalk. I don't like playing chalk quarterbacks. That means a quarterback over like 15, 16%. I don't like that. That's just not for me. Goff is like 9% right now. That's fine. We can handle that. Going on to the next game. So Calvin Ridley on the Falcons is the guy I would like. He's probably, if Ramsey plays and shadows Julio, he's going to get the backup corner. And if Ramsey doesn't play, then we got to have to revisit this Falcon side. Probably go with Julio, but we're gonna, like I said, guys, there's a lot of stuff that's still up in the air here. So we'll cover that more tomorrow on the update. The update will always be in the comment section of this video. I will leave a comment. I'll try to do some bullet points. I'll try to keep it short for you guys, like always. The next game, Miami at Buffalo. Come on, guys, we know what we're doing here. Buffalo. And what on Buffalo do I like? The defense. And Devin Singletary. I'm not playing Josh Allen here, coming off a concussion. John Brown's got a groin injury. Not playing that, man. I think Devin Singletary, who's not on the final injury report, he's coming off a bye week. Devin Singletary has had 10 rush attempts this year, and 7 of them have gone for over 10 yards. Devin Singletary has a great schedule coming up here, man. If you're watching this before Sunday, I would trade for Singletary in season-long fantasy football. He has a really next 7 games. He has a nice schedule, man. He can do some damage for you in season-long fantasy football. I would trade for him immediately. Just Miami side dart throw Devontae Parker. Just, you can toss him on a team. You never know. Fitzpatrick bombs the ball down the field. You just never know. But I like the defense for Buffalo and Devin Singletary. I don't know which one of those two, Singletary, the defense I like more. It's tough, but I think Buffalo is gonna win the game pretty handily. But we do have to remember Fitzpatrick turns the ball over a lot. It is on the road. But he also guns the ball downfield. That's why I don't hate Devontae Parker. Obviously, if you're playing the Buffalo defense, you're not playing Devontae Parker on the same team. I'm just saying, in play, I'll put Parker in play here with Fitzpatrick. Jacksonville and Cincinnati. This is an interesting game, guys, because at first, I just like Leonard Fournette, and I kind of moved on. Now, we got D.D. Westbrook's questionable. Cincinnati's without their 2 outside cornerbacks. Man, this is an interesting game that a lot of the guys are on key pieces are underpriced, and a lot of them are underowned. Tyler Boyd is also. We're gonna get to the Cincinnati side. I'm sorry about that, but on the Jacksonville side, I like Fournette, Gardner Minshew, and DJ Shark. Definitely in play. But I have a feeling that Shark's gonna get touted up and be pretty popular come Sunday. So. We'll have to, like I said, guys, this is a weird week. There's a lot of stuff that we're still waiting on here. But just D.D. Westbrook being questionable makes me more on DJ Shark. Even if he plays, I still like DJ Shark. So that's a angle for this game. You could play, you could game stack this game because we're gonna get to the other side. I like some stuff on the other side too. But I'm as of now more on Fournette than Shark here. I just am. I'm a little bit more confident in Leonard Fournette than I am DJ Shark. On the other side, I like Tyler Boyd. I think Tyler Boyd at 5,600 is really cheap. It's 5% owned right now. That's nice ownership for a guy of his skill set. He gets peppered with targets. I like Boyd. Mixon, I wish Mixon was running more pass routes because he's a great pass catcher at the football, but they're just not using him as a receiver. I think he's $5K on Draftkings. That's a really cheap price tag. So, I'm probably not going to play Mixon, but I like Boyd on Cincinnati. Dalton. I'm not playing Andy Dalton, man. You could, but I'd rather play Gardner Minshew to Shark than Dalton to Boyd. I'd rather play Minshew to Shark and run it back with just Boyd because I think Boyd can catch a lot of passes. Shark's more of the explosive receiver who can get you a bunch of points. Boyd's more of the reception guy. You know, I don't know, man. This is a bizarre. It's kind of a weird game because I like like Cincinnati's one of those defenses like Kansas City. They're bad against pretty much. They're worse against the run than the pass, but now with their outside cornerbacks being out, we have to reconsider this. But right now, I like Fournette the most in this game. Moving on to Minnesota and Detroit. We're gonna have to check the health of Mike Daniels on the Lions, guys. I'm sorry. This is like I'm gonna say it again. This is just a weird week. There's a lot of injuries and a lot of stuff we're still waiting on. These are just my thoughts as of now. I wanted to get a breakdown video up. We're waiting on the health of Mike Daniels, the tackle, the defensive tackle on the Lions. If he's in, it makes me less on Dalvin Cook. I mean, Dalvin Cook's a beast and he can smash pretty much any matchup. Adam Thielen gets a good matchup here in the slot against Detroit, who's gotten burned by slot receivers this year. I'm not on Diggs at all. Not on Diggs. If Daniels is out, it makes me like Cook over Thielen. If Daniels is in, it makes me like Thielen over Dalvin Cook. But yeah, this is it's an interesting game. And on the other side, I like T.J. Hawkinson and maybe Kenny Golladay. But Kenny Golladay is a little bit too popular. I thought Kenny Golladay was going to be like a low-owned tournament play. He has like double-digit ownership, which like I kind of don't like, with Xavier Rhodes on him. We talked about we can attack Xavier Rhodes, but this is a little bit of a I just expected Golladay to be more contrarian of a play, and he doesn't look like he's going to be very contrarian. So I like Hawkinson a little bit, I do. I like T.J. Hawkinson a little bit here. The next game would be Oakland at Green Bay. I'm going to make this Josh Jacobs on Oakland is the guy that I'm on. And on the other side, another situation, guys, where the Packers' whole receiving core is banged up. I like Lazard, and, I mean, I'm not paying $5,200 for MVS. I just can't do that when Lazard is $3K. But guys, we're still waiting on news of the Packers receiving core. They're all on the injury report, so we gotta see who's playing, who's not. But right now, I kind of like Lazard at 3K. I have a feeling he's gonna be popular too come Sunday. And oh yeah, I wanted to throw this in there. I think the Oakland defense at 1,900 is in play. I do. If you need a cheap defense, it's just kind of like make things fit. On second thoughts, I don't, because I don't think they're gonna get defensive touchdown here, but. Can I get you 5 or 6 points? Like probably, maybe. I don't know. I think Oakland covers the spread if that helps your cause. But here's one of my favorite games on the slate. The next game, Houston at Indy. I like this game a lot. Interesting. We're expecting apparently Kenny Stills to come back this game. So on the Houston side, it's really simple. It's Deshaun Watson to DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins has been cold lately, but I think this is a good matchup for him. People are going to point to the last couple times they played each other, but you got to remember that playoff game that they played each other in, where he did nothing. They didn't have that Houston offense didn't have Will Fuller. Will Fuller's the guy who like makes this. He's like the Klay Thompson to this offense. He stretches the defense out and allows everyone else to operate. So they didn't have Fuller. They might not have had him the other time. I don't think they did actually. I think they didn't have him the other two times they played against him. So the Colts defense kind of zoned in on Hopkins, I think, and took him away. But I like watching the Hopkins here. Like I said, that's if Kenny Stills is out for some reason. I mean, he practiced fully this week. Kiki Kate would be a good would be in a good spot here. But I like Hopkins here. I really do. I like watching the Hopkins. And on the other side, you can play Jacoby Brissett to T.Y. Hilton. I have no problem with that. But here's a sneaky little tournament play is Nyheim Hines. Houston has been by far the worst team in the league against pass-catching running backs this year. Nyheim Hines is going to be super low owned. My only problem with Nyheim Hines is he's $4,400. I just wish he was a little bit cheaper, like $200-$300 cheaper. I would love Nyheim Hines. I'd be telling you to play Nyheim Hines this week. $4,400 is a little risky. You're going to need like either a 100-yard receiving game or 2 touchdowns. You somehow get him 2 touchdowns. That's tough, man. That's hard to ask of Mr. Hines, but I do think it's an interesting spot because Houston gets killed by pass-catching running backs this year. They're being decimated by pass-catching running backs. But this is a game that I kind of like a 3 or a 4-man stack. Like a Watson to Hopkins, run it back with Hilton and Hines maybe, or just keep it a 3-man. I have no problem with that. This could be a little mini game stack. yeah. Okay, moving on to the next game. So I have no problem with Chalk T.Y. Hilton. I have no problem with that. If you want to play Chalk T.Y. Hilton, go right ahead. You can go Brissett, Hilton, run it back with Hopkins. No problem with that at all. Arizona at the Giants. My favorite play in this game so far is Larry Fitzgerald. I'm not playing Kyler at the price tag he's at. I like Larry Fitz more than him. It doesn't sound like Christian Kirk's going to play from my gathering. So I love Larry Fitzgerald this week. On the other side, the two guys that I like on the Giants are Golden Tate, but he's 5,800. I mean, man, it's just that's a hard price tag to pay for Golden freaking Tate, man. You know, Evan Ingram 6,500. Listen, I like Evan Ingram, but no, thank you, man. I'm not paying that price tag. That's crazy, man. I'm not paying that for Evan Ingram coming off an injury. I just can't do that. So I kind of like Golden Tate, and I like Saquon. Golden, like I said, guys, Arizona's been getting beat by this. A lot of the tight ends that have been killing Arizona have been operating in the slot. So while a lot of people think that Arizona's bad against the tight end, they are, but they're really bad against the slot, man. So keep that in mind. That's why I kind of like Golden Tate here at a discount over Evan Ingram if you're gonna be on that angle. But I like Fitz over Tate here, and I'm starting to like Saquon, but the most on the Giants side. So that's what I like here. I mean, I don't have Daniel Jones written down. You can play him if you want to, I guess. I'm not going to talk you off of that, but not something I'm on right now. San Francisco at Washington, guys. I think San Francisco rolls the Skins here, man. I like the San Fran D. I like Tevin Coleman and Dante Pettis. I think they're going to roll Washington. Kyle Shanahan hates the Redskins. They fired him and his father, and I think he's going to disrespect them, man. I think he's going to run the score up and really lay it on them. So I don't know what that means. I'm not paying $6,700 for George Kittle. I just can't do that, man. Kittle has not shown the ability to hit that price tag this year. You'll get him low owned if you really want to play Kittle, but I'm all set. So I like Pettis at 4,100. He's going to be pretty low owned. I like Pettis. Coleman at 5,600. He does have multi-touchdown upside. He killed Washington the last time he played him too with Atlanta. He crushed him for like a 30-point game last season, I believe. So if you care about the history, he's got that going for him. So those are the two guys. I'm not on Jimmy G here. Jimmy G is just not a DFS quarterback for me. He's better in real life than he is in DFS. Guys, this is another one of the angles that I just like. I just don't have a good read on. Is what LAC at Tennessee. On LAC, I mean, you can play Hunter Henry if you want. It's gonna be chalk. You can go there. I'm not gonna talk you off that. On the other side, man, I think the Tannehill change is gonna be maybe a boost for this offense. I don't know. It's hard for me to be more on Derrick Henry with a stable quarterback who doesn't run than I was with him with Mariota. It's a good matchup, but I guess you could play Henry if you want to. LAC's got a rotten defense against the running back. I kind of have a weird feeling that Tannehill is going to vibe with Corey Davis here. I have a weird feeling about that, man. So that would probably be my only play here is Corey Davis. So let's go to the next game. New Orleans at Chicago. On New Orleans, I'm not on anybody. I mean, Michael Thomas, if you really want to get crazy, but I'm not on that, man. I'm not paying $7,900 for Michael Thomas. Sorry about that. On the Chicago side, I do like one of the receivers here for Chicago. The question is, guys, is Marshawn Lattimore going to shadow Allen Robinson? In his career, Lattimore has prototypically struggled more with bigger physical receivers. I like Allen Robinson. Also think you play Taylor Gabriel if you want to dart throw that in tournaments at home against Eli Apple. That could work. I have nothing against that. It's hard to say in Chicago. It's hard to trust the passing game here, man, but that's where you attack the Saints is with the receivers. Yeah, you can play Robinson or Gabriel here. Hold on. I'm going to get to the next game and say what I was going to say. The next game is Baltimore at Seattle. Here, it's the passing game of the Ravens that I do like. I like Lamar. I like if Hollywood plays. I think his price tag and ownership is going to be depressed because of his injury. It's a good matchup for him, and I also like Mark Andrews. I'm not going to tell you not to play Mark Andrews. It's a good matchup, and it's a good matchup for Hollywood too. You can double stack that. You know, you could. I mean, it's just tough because we don't have a lot of information on Hollywood. He missed practice, I think Friday today too, so we don't know about him. But Andrews is in a good spot. It's going to be really popular, though. It's going to be very popular. On the other side, Chris Carson looks like he's going to be chalk. I kind of don't like that, man. This is not... Guys, Nick Chubb killed the Ravens when Brandon Williams was not playing. Brandon Williams is back now, so I'm not playing Carson in this spot. Nope. I do like Carson. I was on him last week, but I'm not playing him in this spot. As chalk. He's going to be probably the highest home run back in the slate. No, thank you. No, thank you. Lockett at 6,600. I don't know about that. 15+% ownership. It's a good matchup. Good matchup. And with Humphreys on Metcalf and Peters on Jerron Brown or who else, it is gonna and no tight. Will Dissly is out for the season. So that could funnel more receptions to Lockett. This is a great matchup for him. I just don't like the price and the ownership. I could change my mind on that. I could change my mind on that, but as of now, it's just, guys, it's hard to pay the same amount of money for Lockett that you would be paying for Carson. It just doesn't make me feel good. I'm kind of more on the Baltimore side than I am on the Seattle side here. Okay. And guys, I want to close up this breakdown video with the following little point. I am sorry this week, like I've already stated, that this week seems like I kind of am on a bigger volume of like, angles and plays, and it's just that week. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's a lot of weird it's a weird week, man. There's a lot of stuff we're still waiting on. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of unknowns. This isn't like a prototypical week, I feel like. So just keep that in mind, guys. You're going to have to take some chances and make some stands. I do want to say this, man. In the range, the 5K to 5,600 range of the running backs from DraftKings, you get Tevin Coleman, you get Devin Singletary, you get Josh Jacobs. I think one of those guys is going to have like I said, I think one of those guys will have a 25-plus point game. Okay? Who is it going to be? I don't know. I don't know. They're all in pretty good matchups, man. I mean, I have a weird gut feeling, man, that, here's my thing, man. I got a gut feeling that Singletary is going to have a big game. I feel like Coleman and Jacobs are way safer, though. I feel like they have way higher floors and have the same ceiling, though. So it's tough, though, dude. It's just it's tough to read, man, because Green Bay's rush defense is bad. I think San Fran stomps out Washington. So it's tough, dude. It's tough. It's tough. But that's one of my calls. I think one of those three running backs is going to be on the winning Millie Maker team. Remember about the Millie Maker this week, guys. Millie Maker's $10, double the entries. So half the price, double the entries. You got to play for upside this week, man. You got to play for upside because you're going to have to really need a really big score to win that. So keep that in mind. I don't like that. I wish the Millie Maker was $30. I think that would be the perfect price. You get a large volume, but not too many people. You don't have to pick a perfect team. Because remember that, guys. If you want to win the Millionaire Maker with 400,000 people, you're going to almost need like a perfect lineup. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind this week when you're building your lineups. I already apologize, guys. I try to keep my player pool as thin as possible. I'm going to try to get really condensed tomorrow on the Saturday update. If you guys are going to follow along with that, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's going to be in the comment section of the video like I've already mentioned. Because it's, you gotta, like I said, you're going to have to just make some stands and just, plug your nose and just hope you're right. Because there's a lot of different angles this week that you could go with. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you're on down below. Give the video a thumbs up. And I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Have a nice day, and let's win some money someday.